Before that, you said something very interesting. Those who are in power. You're in the Jubilee Party. The Jubilee Party is in power. Who are you referring to?
I think when I say that, you know John Buddy, and I'm happy to have this engagement with John Buddy because one is a very honest gentleman. I was waiting to hear whether he would concede that he was in a meeting where there was no social distancing, and I could see him being covered with an umbrella addressing a rally in Migori, and the rest of the public were being rained on. But that aside, those in power, I don't think it's news. They have told us that Raila Odinga now is in power, and they have not hidden anything from it. And therefore, those who have formed the Corona Coalition, you have seen it during the pandemic. They were allowed to do whatever they wanted.
The Corona
Coalition? Allowed to loot KEMSA with unmeasured impunity. You can see there is some circus going on in parliamentary committees and elsewhere, but I'll tell you, all that will end to naught. If you look at how those investigations have been conducted, there are a lot of questions to be answered. There are a lot of companies that ought to have been called to those committees, both in the Senate and in the National Assembly. I am seeing a rushed attempt to conclude those reports and have them brought to sanitize the entire process. But I think, as I said, we'll still have a discussion on our commitment on the fight against corruption and whether we were really committed to fight against corruption and where we want to move this country in that fight, and also beyond the pandemic, what we need to do.
Okay. I had one or two more questions about the pandemic, but since you've